Got it. All right, my friends, we are having some difficulty here. Bear with me. In fact, I gotta be super smart about this and hit be right back. All right, so I get to check to make sure the audio's working. Let's see here. Yeti, good. Okay. Let's make sure everything's cool over here. Appears to be. Back over here to logo. Let's see here. Let's test. That won't work, will it? Okay, let's go back over here. Let's hit this. Okay, and let's test the audio. Oh, that is, okay, let's try that again. Once again, this is really lame, guys. I'm doing my best. Please bear with me. Let's hear test speaker and mic. Yes, okay. Blah, 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 something wise and insightful. Okay, well, Cowabunga, we are live and in living color. You old guys will remember that. Okay, well, let's see if we can do this deal. This evening, let's explore Buddha's breathing method and then meditate. This is Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. Welcome to Meditate Like a Jedi. This is the Lama you are looking for. This evening, we could meditate and contemplate and enjoy a lesson or two, but first, let's go back to share screen. And let's hit share. Okay. If you love Star Wars and you wish to meditate as profoundly as Ahsoka Tano on Lothal, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. If at any time during this evening's live stream you have a question about Buddhist meditation or Buddhist philosophy or how to apply them to your lives, do not be bashful. Simply type your question in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. I'm trying to set up that side monitor right now. Oh, the joys of the information age, eh, kids? Okay, here we go. Splendid. Oops, let's try that again. There we go, I think. Okay. So now that we've covered that, let's go back to share screen. Oh, how I yearn for OBS. Spiritual technologies taught from the perspective of patriarchy are often about control. Controlling our circumstance, controlling our bodies, controlling our relationships, controlling our minds. And as such, patriarchy is rather fond of techniques that contrive and strain and strive to bend those circumstances, bodies, and relationships and minds to their will. But the Buddha did not teach from the perspective of patriarchy. He taught from that of matriarchy. Oh, sure, he began his spiritual journey upon the path of patriarchy, but having surmounted its summit, he did not care much for where it led him. So he started from scratch upon matriarchy's path and rapidly earned the nickname by which he is known by us today. Upon the path of matriarchy, Gautama, who would someday be known as the Buddha, surrendered all hopes of trying to control his circumstances, body, relationships, or mind, and instead merely observed them and released them in the most wonderful way. Recognizing that labeling, no less analyzing that which we perceive, is just another more subtle form of control, Gautama released those as well. Hindu breath control is sometimes called pranayama, but it is not unique to the Indian subcontinent. Wherever minions of patriarchy strive to control their circumstances, bodies, relationships, and minds, you will find many who practice a form of breath control. But the Buddha did not teach the techniques and trappings of patriarchy. He taught from the perspective of matriarchy, and as such, did not teach any breath control. He did not teach folks to select the length or depth or rate of respiration, but to merely notice it passively, vulnerably, and non-conceptually, free from the habit of analysis and labeling. He taught us to coordinate our contemplations and meditations with our breathing, spontaneous and uncontrived. As one who has enthusiastically tread the Buddhist path for numerous decades, I have observed how all bodies tense during inhalation and relax during exhalation, and how, as such, inhalation is best suited for mindfulness and exhalation is best suited for letting go. The minions of patriarchy tend to be competitive and ambitious. They tend to elbow their way into positions of leadership and be the most prolific of teachers. And although the techniques they espouse are well known and widely practiced, they are profoundly impotent. And in their rigidity and in their stubbornness, when they are confronted by the ineffectuality of their methods, these minions of fundamentalism turn to superstition, claiming their techniques had previously worked in a golden age, far off in a mythical and distant past. but will not work during these days of darkness, when the quality of things and the lifespan emotions, views, and experiences beings have so deeply degenerated. These apologists for a patriarchy believe that their so-called powerful techniques cannot work in the absence of ceremony, although the Buddha taught that an hour's worth of mindfulness was far more effectual than a lifetime of ritual. After a lifetime of study and practice, I can assure you that patriarchy's path leads to a dead end, whereas the path of vegan feminism is the easy path to great peace. Okay, well, it looks like I've hit that. Checking for questions. Oh, someone just joined in. Welcome aboard. If you've just joined, you're entirely welcome. When you have questions, don't be shy. Type the questions in great detail in the chat window on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, quack like a bunny. Yes, here we go. If you found that to be helpful, then give this live stream a thumbs up. And of course, I offer a great big thanks to the folks who through Patreon keep these live streams ad-free and completely independent. Okay, so yes, now we're going to traipse. We're going to skip right over to this evening's primary practice text: love, awareness, and freedom. All right. So if you can't hear me, if there's any technical snafus, let me know. I'll happily oblige. OBS is updated and lost its mind. So while I'm waiting for my trusty OBS expert to return my email, I'm using Zoom, also known as Schlocky von Schlock. So we're going to begin by bringing the 4 bases of mindfulness into the path of love. If we're fancy pants, we might call that Metta Satipatthana. May we lovingly wish that all circumstances of all beings now enjoy supremely good fortune in the most wonderful way. Therefore, during our inhalation, let us silently and mentally recite lots, the monosyllabic synonym for circumstance. And during our exhalation, let us silently and mentally recite boon, the monosyllabic synonym for circumstances. Let me set my timer so I can be somewhat coordinated. A clue, my kingdom for a clue. May we lovingly wish that all bodies of all beings now enjoy optimal health in the most wonderful way. Whoops, look at that. What a great editing opportunity. The Buddha taught that one of the benefits of training in loving kindness is that we take an auspicious rebirth if there is such a thing. May we lovingly wish that each being's experience of the interpersonal be profoundly loving in the most wonderful way. So if it seems like all we're doing is silently and mentally reciting, coordinating, if it sounds like all we're doing is coordinating the silent and mental recitation of monosyllabic words with our inhalation and exhalation, then you're exactly right. That's what we're doing. But there's something very special about our inhalation and exhalation. Every time we inhale, we access our sympathetic nervous system, which is wired to notice things vulnerably, passively, viscerally, and randomly. Every time we exhale, we automatically access our parasympathetic nervous system, which is wired for both physical relaxation as well as mental release. It is as if our autonomic nervous system is a bit of a factory installed therapist. Play with these words and these intentions in harmony with your breathing and see if it doesn't change the way you feel. May we lovingly May we lovingly wish that each mind of each being now be profoundly wise in the most wonderful way. What you'll probably notice is this whole love business training, business, is completely antithetical to being competitive. We are cooperating in the well-being of all beings everywhere. And it's kind of nice. It frees us from the pettiness of self-promotion. Wishing for our own health can feel compressing. Wishing for the health of all beings everywhere, including ourselves, can feel spacious and liberating. Now, I would be six kinds of stupid if I said, don't be concerned about your health needs. Instead, I'll say, use your natural concern for your health needs as a dynamo, as an engine that drives your universal love machine. For as frightened as you may be about your health, I assure you, there are innumerable other living beings who are also in peril as we speak. This does not mean we are to scold ourselves for feeling what we feel. Au contraire, we're to be honest about what we feel and vulnerable about what we feel and use it as a tremendous source of energy to fuel our universal empathy. And now we're going to conceptually shift gears. We're going to shift gears from our opening love training to our initial mind training. And so we're going to begin by bringing the physical into the path of mindfulness. And for fancy pants, we might just call that Kaya Sati. May we lovingly wish that each being savor their long exhalations in the most wonderful way. What an interesting way to spell relaxing. May we lovingly wish that each being enjoy their invigorating short inhalations in the most wonderful way. So I forgot to mention that this particular text is my adaptation of two ancient Buddhist texts, the Anapanasati Sutta and the Metta Sutta. So this is my effort to dovetail them. Some people think it makes me really, really brilliant. Other people think it makes me really, really stupid. And others think it makes me super, super evil. They think I'm Darth Lama, and that's just fine. May we lovingly wish that each being notice their body in the most wonderful way. May we lovingly wish that each being savor physical tranquility in the most wonderful way. So the most wonderful way infers that if they are flying a jumbo jet, they're not going to take a nap and crash into, a mountain. So the most wonderful way is pretty much our safety catch-all. You see, my friends, in sci-fi and fantasy, the danger of the poorly worded wish is ingrained into every nerd's mind. Therefore, I try to employ little phrases to dissolve that anxiety-inducing potentiality. We're going to shift gears now from the physical to the interpersonal. This is sort of a overlapping Venn diagram between the physical and the mental. When we enjoy the blissful joy of the first jhana, as we lovingly wish that each being enjoy optimal physical health in the most wonderful way. Okay, I'm using the word joy 3 times, and that's far too redundant. So here we go. May we savor, may we relish. Okay, savor is better. SAVOR, and relish here. They call me Sergeant Thesaurus. Okay. So may we savor the blissful joy of the first jhana as we lovingly wish that each being relish the optimal physical health in the most wonderful way. When we savor the peaceful joy of the second jhana, as we lovingly wish that each being, relish the joyful, let's try this again, as we lovingly wish that each being relish the joyful emotional health in the most wonderful way. Here we go. May we savor the contentment of a third jhana or level as we lovingly wish that each being notice their thoughts, their emotions, intentions, thoughts, memories, and imaginings in the most wonderful way. So we would call this mind's coarser functions. Anyone who's ever had a moment of anger can tell you just how coarse those functions are. May we savor the neutrality of the fourth jhana as we lovingly wish that each being relish the tranquility of their coarse minds in the most wonderful way. So there's nothing wrong with having a coarse mind. It's terribly useful, if you want to do something like compose a sentence. So coarse here is not meant as an insult. It's just a descriptor. We shift gears again, this time bringing the mental into the path of mindfulness that some might describe as Sita Sati. May we savor the infinite space sphere of the fifth jhana, which is just a fancy way of saying it's the opposite of feeling compressed. May we savor the infinite space sphere of the fifth jhana as we lovingly wish that each being notice notice their subtle or fine minds, sights, sounds, sensations, flavors, scents, and the like in the most wonderful way. So noticing would be watch, and each being would be all. May we savor the infinite consciousness sphere, which is, it's just another way of feeling. If before we were feeling physically spacious, now we're feeling mentally spacious, which does not mean we're feeling spacey. May we savor the infinite consciousness sphere of the sixth jhana as we lovingly wish that each enjoy relish joyful mental health in the most wonderful way. And of course, if you're truly old school geeky, you won't be able to use the word relish without referring to Tranya. Come here, we shall both drink deeply of Tranya. Perhaps you'll relish it as much as I do. The alien who said that was portrayed by Clint Howard, Ron Howard's brother. We savor the non-graspable sphere of the seventh jhana as we lovingly wish that each being relish the tranquility of their subtle minds in the most wonderful way. May we savor the non-labeling sphere of the eighth jhana as we lovingly wish that each being experience centered spontaneity in the most wonderful way. So if labels are us being rigid and locked down, the opposite is for us to be flowing, not in a scattered way, but in a centered way. We shift gears from meditation to contemplation. If you're fancy, we might call this Dhammasati. Now, this is scary. We're going to focus on 4 different facets or 3 different facets, depending on how you like to organize things. Multiple facets of impermanence. Now, people in patriarchy like to frighten us and manipulate us, and they try to scare us whenever they can to do that, towards that end. However, on matriarchy, it was just a matter of fact. Things change, things start, things end. That's just the way things go. The more comfortable we become with the inevitability of change, the easier it becomes for us to let go. That doesn't mean we don't care. It means we're able to let go of our habitual resistance. Whether the object of a resistance is recalled or imagined, whether it is perceived, whether it's past, present, or future. Our job is not to change the world around us. It is to simply accept the world around us in the most peaceful and loving way. May we lovingly wish that each being contemplate course and permanence in the most wonderful way. May we lovingly wish that each being contemplate subtle impermanence in the most wonderful way. May we lovingly wish that each being contemplate very subtle impermanence in the most wonderful way. May we lovingly wish that each being contemplate release in the most wonderful way. We're going to seal this evening's practice by bringing the 4 bases of mindfulness into the path of ethics, which we might describe as Sila Satipatthana. May we lovingly wish that each being practice kind intention in the most wonderful way. So this would be kind, and this would be intention. May we lovingly wish that each being practice kind communication. Come on, machine, don't be that way. In the most wonderful way. May we lovingly wish that, oopsie, that was very exciting. May we lovingly wish that each being practice kind conduct in the most wonderful way. So in other words, the way we use our body is kind. You know, giving people hugs instead of giving people punches, that type of thing. Dalai Lama, I think the Dalai Lama once said, arms are for hugging, not for strangling. we come to this evening's final contemplation. May we lovingly wish that each being practice kind commerce in the most wonderful way. So the kind way we work with circumstances. So no one wants to be a Karen who tries to get people fired. No one wants to be a Chad who runs around trying to destroy other businesses. Let's see. Yes, this is a better way of saying it. No one wants to be a Karen who tries to control employees. No one wants to be a Chad who tries to compete with other businesses. Better it is instead to be cooperative. Now, let's see how I'm going to do this. Okay, let's see if I can do it this way. If I tap this button here that reads next, okay. If you feel I have earned it, then give this live stream a thumbs up. Oopsie, if you feel I've earned it, type something in the chat window, give this live stream a thumbs up, and share it on social media. In approximately 10 and 2/3 hours, I would very much like to return to lead tomorrow's early morning meditation. Until then, may you and yours be happy and healthy. And, oopsie, if you are as geeky as me, this is the way.